Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Being a marketer's no sweat. You just have to manage dozens of channels, launch hundreds of campaigns, score thousands of leads, and okay, fine, it's a lot of sweat. Unless you have HubSpot's AI-powered marketing tools to help you do all that and more. Get started at HubSpot.com/marketers.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey y'all, I'm JJ.
Hey guys, it's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests to share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like, it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out Real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
Is your full look is it because Quinta liked the post?
No, but
Do you care if I do my mascara while I talk to you?
I've done full faces of makeup while
I'm
we've
just
recorded.
checking.
Thanks for asking for consent.
You're
I guess.
welcome. That's what I'm here for.
But I got my booster on Friday, and then my arm was very sore, so I couldn't twist my hair up. So
this is like a need-based sleigh.
Yeah. And then
A circumstance sleigh.
Yes.
A circumstance?
Yeah. Sleigh of convenience.
Convenience.
But yeah. But
How was the booster?
Huh?
How was the booster?
I mean, usual freak out, but it was done. Actually, this one didn't even hurt. The other ones have hurt. Like the needle hurt. Like there's like a... But this one felt like a little tap. And they used...
Good.
Have you had yours with the retractable needles?
I don't remember. Like the EpiPen style.
Yeah. And so this one was like a retractable needle, and I haven't had one before. So they
You
weren't like...
look at it though, right?
No.
Oh.
But they weren't stabbing me. And I think that's why. Because it's like a little...
Okay.
it.
Like, oh yeah, like an ear piercing one where it's just kind of like they're still and then it happens versus like I'm coming at you with a needle in that moment.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
But I guess we should actually talk about what we were saying, that Quinta liked the post.
She did. So in case you didn't look at our Instagram or even, listen to last week's episode of Don't Blame Me, you dressed as Britney Spears.
I did.
And I dressed as Janine Teagues from Abbott Elementary. But yeah, she liked our post. And it was like pretty soon after you had posted it too.
This is the key when you tag people. Like, especially like people want to see no celebrity unless you're being like Pam and Tommy, like as like a romanticizing like
That's
a
disgusting.
abusive couple, like not abusive couple, like an abusive man and a woman who is a victim in an abusive relationship. Disgusting. Like just no. But if you're not doing something problematic and offensive, bitches love when people dress up as them for Halloween. Like that's amazing. Sorry, I closed my powder compact. I did my mascara. So I need to talk about, how was your Halloween? Did you end up being able to pass out any candy last night?
No, I went trick-or-treating with...
Oh, I saw. For some reason I thought, because you were working yesterday, I thought maybe that was the day before.
We're ending up going to record on Wednesday instead of when we were supposed to record on Monday. And I went trick-or-treating. It was fun. It was like daylight trick-or-treating because they're little babies. So, we didn't do that much. So we were done by 8, which was great.
So I am so sad for Mott's. He missed all of the trick-or-treaters.
Oh, no.
I know, and he was so looking forward to it, but he had like a last-minute meeting that got or got pushed. It was supposed to be earlier in the day and got pushed to like 5:30, and he was like, I'm going to try and rush home. And he like called me at like 7:30 and was like, I think he got home at like 7:45. And our trick-or-treaters came from like, maybe he got home at 8. No, I think he literally got home at 7:45 or 7:30. Our trick-or-treaters came from like 4:45 to like 7:30.
That's
like
really early.
He missed them by 15 minutes. Maybe it was not that. I don't know. It was like getting dark-ish.
Yeah.
Like darker-ish.
Because I left here and I had to go to Burbank. That's where my friends live. And so I left here.
I was looking at the streets being like, what streets is she on?
At 4:15. And I didn't get there to 5:45.
Wow. That's painful.
Yeah.
You didn't get that expensive gas? Refill your tank.
I had already refilled yesterday, so it was good.
Flex.
Did you? Do you need to fill up? I'm just
At
saying
some
it's
point.
like cheaper over
No,
here.
I know.
But yeah, the gas over here is like in the 5s.
Yeah, there's some that I just drove. Well, I went to the doctor yesterday, so I actually don't know if I'm thinking like the gas I saw was near where it was. But I've been seeing like it's getting better.
Yeah, it is.
It's getting better. Except I do still drive by some that are like $6.99, and then across the street it's like $5.42, and I'm like, something is going on here.
Yeah,
this is a scam. I just need to say that like Halloween, I love it now. Like first of all, I fucking love it. And I talked about the last time where I was like, I love dressing up. I love attention. Like I love taking pictures. Like that's all fun. Holy fucking shit, is trick-or-treating the greatest thing in the entire world. Like I was exhausted. It was a hustle. Like I went to try and go pee, and I literally had to not flush my toilet, wash my hands really fast, and run back because like kids were knocking on my door. And it was like, maybe it was like a 45-second delay, and I'm like holding the ring app on my phone, looking to see if the kids are coming, if I have enough time to pee. And it was like, oh, I don't even have enough time to do this. But the first group of kids who came, no joke, 40 children, all of them, maybe to my knee. They are all so tiny.
Was it like a group of friends or what?
It was our entire like our little block area. So they had a Halloween party at one of like the houses. So I met one of the neighbors, and she's like, "Hi, I live right here." And I was like, "Oh, hi!" And like we've waved and like seen each other in passing before, but like never met. And she was like, "We like hosted a Halloween party for like all the kids in the area. So like these are all the kids." Then these like 40 children who are under the age of, they must have been all between like 3 and 5. They all start telling me their first names, then some start saying their first middle, and then some start saying their first middle last, and then they all go back around and tell me all the nicknames I can call them all by. And it was just so fucking cute. My ring, the saving video trial expired, and I'm devastated that I didn't. I was like, oh, we'll re-up it when we go away for the holidays, blah, blah, blah. Should have fucking re-upped it for Christmas, because I would have had these moments.
Halloween.
That's what this was. Yep, Halloween. I was like cheesing, grinning ear to ear, just dying at these kids. I posted this on my story, and I'm still not over it, but there was this little girl dressed as a green blob. And I was like, oh, I love your costume. What are you? And she just looks at me, she goes, salad.
Did you see what I responded back?
No, what'd you say?
I said, maybe she's a big fan of that chicken salad.
Oh, that TikTok audio? That someone did message me.
I saw somebody dress up like the chicken salad.
Someone said that they saw like or maybe it was, they like knew someone who saw like kids dressed up as like a chicken Caesar salad, and one was a chicken, one was Caesar, and one was a salad. And I was like, that was so cute. But like these kids were just like fucking adorable, and it was so funny. And there was like one little girl who like walked up, she goes, what do you have? And her mom was like, no, what do we say? She goes, happy Halloween, what do you have? And her mom was like, I'm sorry. I was like, it's totally fine. It was just so wholesome and cute. And we had like, so a group of like 40 kids first came, and then the next was like a group of like, I don't know, like 30 kids, like a huge group. And that was like the older kids of like the street. And we have one who like lives like right across the street. And I was like, hey, and I like said her name. And I could tell that it's the girl who I was referencing who like did the splits. And I was like, look at, and I was like, wow, very cool. And I could tell she was like, oh yeah, like, she was like, this is the first house we came to. Like we chose yours first. I was like, thank you. And her friends were like, oh yeah, like cool. And I was like, this is just adorable. And then it was nonstop. Like we had like 3 pieces of candy left. I was not good at rationing. Like the first people I gave 2 each. And then I was like, oh wow, we've got so much more left. And then I started giving handfuls each. And then I was back to 2 each. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I hope you don't all converse with each other.
And then Mott's is not going to have his leftovers that he wanted.
he got about like 3 or 4 leftovers, and he was pretty upset because I left mostly the Starburst. He's like, I didn't really leave a variety pack for him. But the Starbursts are like small and heavy, so they kind of fall to the bottom. And he was eating them after. But I got like one screenshot of like, I wasn't going to take pictures of any of the kids on like this ring app. But these kids, as they were like walking away and they're walking down the stairs, they both had these like huge fucking costumes on. And so after they were like trick or treat, I gave the candy. The parents were sitting at the bottom of the stairs. The little girl was like, okay, how many steps? And the mom's like, okay, 1 step here. And they're like coaching them through. And so I got this little picture of them as they're walking away. Look at them. That's like a full, like, one of them is a Lego with like a full, or it's like, actually, it's either Lego or no, it's Winnie the Pooh.
I was going to say, it looks like Winnie the Pooh to me.
And I was like, can you see through that? And they were like, yeah. And all of the kids, anytime I would like ask about their costumes, they would like either have a catchphrase that they had like practice that they were going to do, or they like had a little thing on their costume that they were going to show. And I was like, this is just like the greatest thing in the entire world. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Was last year your first trick-or-treater Halloween?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I lived at my apartment, I had, when I first moved in the first year. So that would have been, because my condo, they didn't do it. And then when I moved to those apartments by myself, I bought a whole bunch of like really nice, like Lindt chocolate and things like that, but nobody came. So then
keep it for yourself.
Yep. And then, yeah, when I moved here, last year was the first time I had trick-or-treaters. It was so much fun.
It's so fun.
But my friends are moving, so I was like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Gotta go trick-or-treating with
this
them.
was like,
which was that actually was even more fun just seeing, because he's obsessed with Halloween decorations, so he enjoyed just like going up to people's houses just to see the decorations more than getting the actual candy.
That is so fucking cute. I was like, why can't we do this every day? Oh, and the cutest part was that like most of the, not to enforce gender stereotypes, but most of the moms in our neighborhood on our street were the ones taking like the groups of kids, and then almost like all the dads were staying. And in the couples that we know that have kids there's same-sex couples on our street, but I don't think as far as I know, unless they've hidden their kid, but we talk to them the most. As far as I know, they don't have any kids. And so I just like would, they would knock on the door, and then I would like, give them the candy, shut the door, sit back down, stand back up. And I look over at one point and I realize that all of the lights like on our street are all like, the porch lights are on, as they all are. But every single dad is just standing in the doorway, just waiting, just holding these buckets of candy, just like smiling. And I was like, wow, this is like so cute for everybody. Like, this isn't just, I wondered if I was like, oh, is this just a novelty because this is my first time doing this?
Yeah.
And we're the youngest people, besides the children, we're like the youngest like adults on our street. And then seeing these, people who have kids themselves or whatever, or even if they don't, just like absolutely fucking stoked to participate in this as well. Mm-hmm. Except when Maz got home, a couple people were like, you missed the Halloween. He was like, I know. But wow, what a just amazing, wonderful day.
Yeah. It really was.
I love it. I wish it was like every day.
But then if it's every day, then there's no joy, because then you get used to it.
Yeah. But now I have inspiration and motivation to like, because I didn't know what it was gonna be. Like, I didn't know how much we should like decorate. I didn't know how much candy to get and all of that. So I think this has made me, and obviously we were pretty delayed in our decorations and preparing for Halloween.
Delayed.
Yeah. But now I feel like I've got motivation for next year. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be like planning ahead and getting excited.
Yeah.
We also have a good yard, but like if we wanted to do something spooky.
Yeah. The way that your house kind of just looks over.
Yeah.
The drive, like just everything.
Yeah.
Because is it on a hill, or they built it up so it's on the hill? It's on an incline.
That's like when I was trying to explain when it was flooding that how we had a garden level, and people were like, what does that mean? Or I kept calling it a basement. And they were like, is it underground? I was like, no, but California doesn't have basements underground. This is the equivalent of a basement. It's a garden level. Mm-hmm. So yeah. But yeah, it would be like a spooky.
Yeah. What else did you do like over the weekend?
Good question.
Lowe's?
No, we didn't make it to Lowe's, and I like actually needed something from Lowe's this time. And I was like, damn it. So we'll have to go this week. I took all of my Halloween pictures and
phenomenal.
Thank you.
Amazing, I should say.
Like, amazing, Amy. Like, I fucking crushed it. Like, I just have to say, did it take a toll on my health? Yes. Did my heart rate get up to like 172, 174 while I was doing a TikTok where I was just standing and lip sync? And that wasn't even where I did the whole fucking cool girl monologue. I took breaks in that one. No, it was literally one where it was like, you think I'd let him destroy my life and end up happier than ever? Like, no fucking way. That's literally all I said. Did it for so long. So many takes. I need to be like a better TikToker because I'm like, I treat it like a self-tape. And I'm like, I can do another. Let me try another. Let me give myself options. Stop. Just fucking
put it out
stop. But I loved it. Like, it was, I'm so happy with like the pictures. I'm so happy with like how everything turned out. And I just think it looked great. I didn't really think too much ahead with the fact that we had someone who sold one of our old TVs on Facebook Marketplace, and he was coming to pick it up on Saturday. And I was absolutely covered in blood at that point, and I was cleaning up the blood on the floor because it was in a little squirt bottle, and
it's kind of reminiscent of the movie too.
It really is. And I was like, if I had sweeped ahead of time, I would have put the camera down on the ground and shown this, but you're gonna catch way too many of my stray hairs. And so then Mott's had to like deal with that, and I was like, ooh. But I loved it. I did get so exhausted though after like taking all of these pictures, recording all of these TikToks and stuff, that I could not stand any longer, let alone shower. So did I leave the dried fake blood on me for a day? Yes. Is my skin still a little bit stained? Yes. There's like a little here, and then there's a little on my thigh. It's not as
here
bad.
You mean your chest? Because
yes,
I can't see you.
My like neck, chest area. Chesticle. And then where I picked my skin underneath my armpit, the fake blood really adhered to that. So it has been stopping me from picking because I don't want to get that into my bloodstream. But I am usually okay with just being like, whatever. At this point, I'll just like rock a short sleeve, even if you can see that I have my picking there. Now, not so much because it is kind of like bright orange and looks a little rough. But that was the rest of my weekend. What about you?
I went to a baby shower.
Oh, wow. Actually, yeah, no, you had like full Instagram recaps because you did so much this weekend.
Yeah. Went to a baby shower. So much fun.
You showered that baby?
I did.
Did that baby feel showered?
I hope so. In the womb.
In the womb? Mm-hmm. Was that like, well, it's already wet in there.
God.
Sorry.
They had one of those games where you guess how many are in the container.
I guess how many babies are there?
The little candies.
Oh,
and,
okay.
I was mad that I didn't win.
Did you see that TikTok about how to like...
I know how to do it, but they had different sizes in there, which threw it off. And so, but I did my calculations based on it. I was like, I'll come in a little lower because I don't want to go over.
Yeah.
I was the closest that didn't go over, but they were like, no, we said closest. It didn't. It would be okay if it went over. So I actually, in my heart... I won because if I would have went over, I would have got it closer because I did calculations and they saw it on the back and they're like, you actually like worked this out. Somebody just like guessed a random number.
That would have been me.
Yeah. And so I'm still a little sad about that, but I did win another game, and I got a Target gift card.
Oh, wow. I actually would participate in those games if those are the prizes.
Yeah. Because I don't usually I was like, are these icebreakers? Because you know how I feel about those. I will sit out.
We feel the same.
But if I'm going to win something, then I'm going to participate.
If there's competition, I will crush this icebreaker. I will break this ice. I will shatter this ice into pebbles. Wow. Wait, then what was the other thing you did? You did a baby shower and then you did...
And then my friend Chelsea, she has a company called... the first company that I knew about that she has called Happy Period, which I think I've told you about before, but she collects products and like menstrual products and even toothbrushes and things, hygiene products for people that have vaginas that are unhoused. And so She has that company, but now she's starting a for-profit company called Monarchy, where
That's a good name.
it is a good name, where she's going to have like an actual storefront for people, for period products, for and just period education, period. And also having like midwives there that for people that just have like questions and stuff. And so she's in the funding round for it right now.
Damn.
And so
That's impressive.
she's got the building, and they're like building it out and stuff already. So it'll be really cool.
That is so, I mean, I even think about like, you see all those TikToks of people without vaginas who are like, what do you mean there are different holes? But also like, even as somebody with a vagina, like I've learned so many things in adulthood, like so much shit. And like so much of like the, like even I think of something as like simple as HPV vaccines. Like so many people didn't get them because it was like, oh, well, what even is this? And it was like, oh, no, this is not an STD vaccine for your child. This is, oh, in people with vaginas, this can be transmitted like an STI, but then can lead to
Also,
cancer.
they had very stupid commercials for it.
I need someone to rebrand all of the medical commercials. Like all of them. I need all medical commercials to be rebranded. Like it's just weird.
It's
and
weird.
then sometimes they just like kind of feel like borderline offensive.
Yeah.
Like some of the birth control ones, I'm like, I'm offended by this. Like I don't like this. Like I don't need for a period one for you to be like dancing through like a field of daisies or anything like that. But also just even some of the depression ones where it's like, sometimes I'm sad. And then it's like, well, then I went to my doctor and now I take this. And now I'm singing in the streets of New York City. And I'm like, okay, this feels like you're mocking me. Like this feels like an SNL.
And I also hate how they're always like so color coordinated too. Like whatever the branding is for the package, and everybody in the commercial that is feeling the way that the commercial wants you to feel is wearing that color. And I hate it. I don't know why it bothers me so much, but I hate it.
Well, because it's so obvious. Like I've worked with like so many brand deals where they're like, we would love if you wore blue, but you can't wear red. I'm like, is this a gang thing?
Blobs and Crips?
Yeah. And it's like, oh no, this is just your competitor. But it's just odd. And like, I think they think it's like subliminal marketing, but it's not. Like it's at the forefront. I am seeing it with my 2 eyes.
And it just annoys me.
Yes. And it's just like a weird color scheme. Like at least be like Sour Patch Kids. Like have like 5 colors. Don't have like one. Like we're blue. I'm like Abada. What's the one medical commercial that we keep seeing? Is it the PrEP commercial? Or is it just
the PrEP one is interesting.
Is it just testing?
It's wait. Is it? No, it's the PrEP one where they're like, this is for people that were assigned male at birth. That commercial, is that the one you're talking about? Okay.
It's not that one. It's I don't know. It was one that like I understand like uplifting sort of things or whatever, but when you don't have like a strong call to action, or your call to action is like very cause driven, I don't need it to be like a musical number. Like I'm just confused.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
I don't know if it's a musical number, but it's shot like that. Like,
do you have an issue with that?
I have an issue with things that are shot, like, no offense to RIP ABC Family. I have an issue.
What do you mean RIP? It's just Freeform. It's
no, I know,
the
but
same company.
There's a massive difference with how they like. Have you ever seen like some like ABC Family shows, like how they used to shoot them, and it would be shot in a way that was like, it was half like documentary, like way too high 4K, and also half kind of like musical, like a walk and talk, and like the camera's panning like quickly over here, and like blah, 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 blah. And it was just like so like boop 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 boop, and it was just not my vibe.
That's why you won't watch Mrs. Maisel.
That's actually exactly why I will not watch it.
But it's not like a musical. It's not a musical at all. There are no musical numbers.
I know, but
there are because she does
go
go on tour with a music group at one point. But
I know, but it's in my mind, it's musical.
But it's from the people that wrote your favorite show. Like you have no loyalty.
I don't. I actually like. I will be honest. Like I actually don't have any loyalty to Amy Sherman Palladino. Like I love Gilmore Girls. There is some like. I have chosen my own destiny and my own future of the show. Like I have like, ignored parts that I'm like, this is not canon. Like, I don't agree with this. And I don't follow to what other things she did. She did Bunheads. I didn't watch that.
That was an ABC Family show, wasn't it?
Yep. But here's the thing. Actually, as I'm honestly describing how this thing is filmed, it is kind of like how Gilmore Girls is filmed.
Yes. It's
So
the same style
maybe
from
it's
what I've
just-
seen. It's the same style, which is what I don't understand.
Maybe I'm just like a purist and I'm just like, you're trying to be Gilmore Girls and like you can't be Gilmore Girls. So like, don't even bother.
I just want you to watch one episode because I think you'll love it.
The only draw for me, is the cast, but more specifically, she always recasts like the same people, like a lot of the same people from the Gilmore Girls universe. Like she uses a lot of the same actors throughout her projects. So I like that.
Just one episode. Just give me one.
I'll try.
I think you'll really love it though.
Okay. And you haven't led me astray on television
No,
yet.
I have not.
But I also like, I want to set you up for a win. And do you want me to?
No, the thing is, I know that you're going to love this show.
Okay.
Because it's funny and witty.
Matza's going to
And-
be shocked when I come home and go, you want to watch an episode of My Business Maisel? He's like, are you feeling okay? Do you have a fever?
It's like fun, but smart, witty.
Yeah. Oh, I believe it. I
Yeah.
believe it. I believe it. Hey.
The
it wouldn't-
acting is phenomenal.
Oh, I bet. I mean, they're all very good actors.
Mm-hmm.
We're finishing New Girl. Holy shit, by the way, I know we talked about New Girl last week. I think New Girl might have like, and I asked Mats this, and I forget what he said his answer was, but I'm curious of your answer. What show do you think has like the couple that, whether you believed it as so much or not, like as much as you did, like whether like the actors were so good or like they were written really well, like which couple do you think on TV in the history of TV has had the most, like have you cared about the most in like an adult relationship way? Like they had sex in the TV show, like, you know, where there's like the build up to that and it's like, oh my gosh, are they going to do that? Where it's like the satisfying, like that kind of, not a side character kind of thing, like the main characters. Like
Yeah,
what
well,
would be your number one?
I mean, my number one is soap operas, but let me take that. So I'll take that off the
But
table.
do they have a long process of getting, okay.
Yeah, so my favorite couple on General Hospital, Robin and Patrick, they
Mm-hmm.
like start. It's very complicated because like she's HIV positive and which like she's an actress that's been on the show since she was 6 years old.
Wow.
And so you've seen her like lose her first love to AIDS and then just
Wow.
like it,
this is
and this was during like the peak of the
Yeah.
AIDS pandemic, so it was in the 90s and stuff, and so and then him dying and then her finding out that she also contracted HIV, and then like later on when
Holy
she
fuck.
left. I mean, she was on the show from when she was like 7 till in real life. I mean, she played her actual age. Sometimes the actors don't play their actual age, but since she started so young, she played her actual age. Just from when she was 7 to like 19, she was on the show.
Wow.
She left to go to college and then came back. But while she was like, she would come back on different things while she was in college too. And she had a serious relationship there, was like her getting like the character getting more in touch with her body because she had HIV and didn't know, blah blah blah, and that relationship. And then she left the show for a few years and then came back like as an adult and as a doctor, and meeting the guy that she eventually like married
Her
and had
OTP?
a child. Yeah, and had a child and stuff. And so it was just like he was the player and she was somebody that, you know, didn't really sleep around and stuff. And they had this long courtship and even like breaking up when she wanted to have a child and he didn't want to have one. And then they reconciled, and when her cousin had died, and then they slept together, and like it was just like this, and she got pregnant, and then
course.
dealing with her HIV
Yeah.
pregnancy
Yeah.
and stuff. And so like they're my favorite couple ever in the history of everything. So
Where does Nick and Jess rank for you?
Nick and Jess would probably be in the top 5.
I'm like blown away by it. Like I mean, I know they're really good actors. I mean, like they're both like really, really, really fucking good actors, and the writing on it is so good and so believable to it. But like I can't think of any other show that I've been like, oh my gosh, yes. Like, I love Gilmore Girls, like Rory and Logan together. Like, that was the first time. Maybe not. Well, actually, because I watched it pretty young. Like, I was in like 7th grade. And I remember watching that being like, wow. Like, I don't like blonde boys, but I was like, I am like a preteen and I want these people to have sex. Like, and I want to watch. Like, I like this. But other than that,
I guess when I was a kid, it was like Corey and Topanga and Sean and Angela.
how the fuck did I forget about that? Wow. I can't believe that those two couples, like, it actually blows my adult brain that they're not married.
In real life?
Yes. Like, because like that was true love to me when I was a child. Oh my God. Corey and I could rewatch that entire show.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm trying to think what other shows. Oh, Saved by the Bell, Zach and Kelly. 'Cause that was a long-term thing because it started when they were like freshmen in high school and then they got back together. Like they dated on and off, and then when they had the college years too, and then finally got married on Saved by the Bell, the wedding.
I like literally know absolutely nothing about that show.
Saved by the Bell was wild because it started when they were in junior high and it was focused just on the teachers. And then like it was called Mrs. Bliss then, and and then they replayed it on the Disney Channel when the Disney Channel wasn't really having shows like that on, and then it got like people loved it because of that, and then it got retooled so it was focused on the students, and then it got changed to Saved by the Bell. And so you followed them from all the time they were in junior high to college, and they also like had like movies that it was like Saved by the Bell goes to Hawaii. They had like a summer one where they were at a country club where some of them had jobs and like Lisa was working, and then
So you'd like High School Musical too?
and then also High School Musical 2 probably took it from there.
Probably.
And also that's where Lisa, the light keeps changing
Yeah,
so
it's
much.
like we're suddenly in the dark.
What's her? Is it Lisa Remini? Remini.
What about her? J-Lo's
That's
friend?
her name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she J-Lo's friend. Wow. But that's where
She's
like
friends with
when they
J-Lo.
did the
Or J-Lo's friends with her.
They're best friends.
Yeah.
But that the
I know
summer
I've watched like all of their friendship videos, by the way. Like that's like I love that.
the summer one is where like that was like her first big thing was during the summer one, and then like then they what else? There was a few other ones. They went on a lot of trips in the summertime for the episodes for then.
Fun.
Yeah.
I
and
like
there would be movies. And then when they
wow.
then it was like they had when they went college years, it went from like Saturday morning to being a primetime show because they were like,
because your audience is aging
your
up.
audience is aging up, and we also need to age up the show, and they're going to be fucking. So they've got to
Shut the fuck up. If I could have the shows that I watched growing up as a child that have them, like that's why I was so excited for Liz McGuire. I'm like, Lizzie's gonna be fucking like hell yeah. Like I would die to watch Hannah Montana and like Miley fucking like that would be wow. That's actually I'm really jealous now. Like I'm supremely jealous. I could watch all those shows I loved as a child. As they're older. I don't want to watch The Sweet Life with sex though. I'm good without that.
Oh, no. I've seen enough of their ass.
Me too.
I don't know who, but
I've seen one. I've seen both.
Yeah, I've stumbled upon one. I was like, why is this here? Like, they're literally like Big Daddy, like friends. I
they're also not
knew
nice.
y'all when y'all were children. I don't need to see any of this.
They're not.
I know nothing about them as adults.
Yeah, it's not good.
I was looking at which they're the same age as me, so we've both got a twin for the
you have
ages.
better ones. I fucking love the Olsen twins.
They bought somebody. I follow a lot of like real estate things on TikTok.
I know the video you're talking about.
Yeah, where they bought this loft and bought like 4 units of it and then converted it all so it would be one big one, and then decided that they did not want to live together.
Yeah, and then they're like, we're gonna pass this off and sell it instead.
Yeah.
Huh?
And it's up for sale now.
Yeah, and I think it was like being rented before, and the rent was
too much.
No,
I mean, it wasn't.
It was. I mean, it was a lot, but like, I don't know, it was like $11,000, which is,
Oh.
I know. Like, first of all, no one get this twisted. Neither of us are spending $11,000 on rent. But like $11,000 in rent
for what
New
that
York
is,
City for a massive fucking place?
For something that's 4 different things put together.
But like the Olsons were going to live there. Like they weren't
fucking around.
Yeah,
either.
it was a gorgeous area. It's a really nice building. Like,
and they had completely remodeled it too.
I wonder if it was like that was how much the previous tenant had paid, and there was some like in the building they might have had like it was like maybe the building was rent stabilized.
But if they buy it, does it matter?
I mean,
if they own it,
I mean, they could have sold it back to originally. They might have sold it back to the building, and if the I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was more expensive than that, but it's still. I just remember being like.
Like, I mean, like as big as it is, you get 4 friends. That's not bad. Like,
no,
it's like because everybody would have a master because they made it so every bedroom was a master bedroom. So that's really not bad at all.
Primary bedroom.
Sorry. Well, I can say it.
You can.
I can say it.
Some people might be listening to the podcast and
I can
no idea what we look like.
I don't care. They can look at the photo.
That's fair. And if they want to be a fool and come for you for saying that, they can. But people who look like me, primary bedroom.
Honestly, a lot of black people do not care. I just want to say
that very, 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 very true. But I think it's a great way to shift it. Especially, it was a really great way for me to like get an idea of what real estate agents I liked, because when I would refer to it as a primary bedroom and someone would roll their eyes, I would go, I don't know if we're the same. People would have been, it would have been a safety hazard. Not for you, for the people around.
Yeah. Also, my thoughty picture is buried. It's a little Easter egg.
I noticed that. I was like, Amber swiping. Oh, there's the titties. Good pick, though.
I mean, you took it.
I know, that's why I said it. I mean, you look great, but like I also took and edited a great photo. What did I had something I was going to tell you now.
You're looking up something on your phone.
I was trying to figure out how much the actual rent was, but I'm not able to find it now. Because it says on here now that it like they never actually lived in it. Instead, they opted to rent 2 floors of a brownstone in the same neighborhood for $12,000 a month.
Yeah.
So maybe it was
for them pocket change.
Yeah.
What modest livers they are.
They have so much money.
I know.
I hope they have more money than their parents.
They 100% do.
No, I know. I just like, well, their parents like, it's one of those things that I'm like, getting kids into like acting when they're babies. Like, I have an issue with that. I understand adults who are actors who have babies who are going to be on a show where they need an infant, and they're like, I would like my baby to be in this, but like their kid's not acting. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, that's kind of how it started, though.
Oh, did one of her parents?
Yeah, because they were I mean, not like the parents, but they were just kind of like really little babies, and they weren't planning on staying on the show forever.
See, I just find that just a little like, why would you want to sit on set all day with your babies and pass them around? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just like, and they have to like cry or whatever. Like, I think when it's your own baby and it'd be like, you know what, I'd rather use my kid in that. And then a lot of the time they'll be like, you're not going to make my kid cry. You're just going to add VO. Like, there's a lot more advocacy when you're in front of the camera. But their parents started started Dual Star Entertainment, which was like, they produced all of their own movies and stuff. And so like, either their parents like set them up for life and like made wonderful financial decisions, or they made wonderful financial decisions that benefited them that also in turn benefited their children, but like they made a fuck ton of money off of those kids. And putting your kids in entertainment so young is, you know, and they were so overworked.
Yep.
Like so much. But at least they have the money to show for it versus all those fucking like Disney and Nickelodeon kids. Nickelodeon kids have some money, but Disney kids have
no money.
None money. None of the monies.
But they got a ton of money, which is why they don't work anymore, because they don't need to. And we still get to enjoy their sister.
We do. That we do. Anyways, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
We're done.
Goodbye. You'll hear from us soon.
No, we can say,
Well, you'll
this
see
is what
us.
we should start saying at the end of these. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Oh, we'll see you next Tuesday. I think we did that, and then I think we stopped. Okay, we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Listening to a podcast should be time well spent, and I promise it will be if you'll give this podcast a try. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in every episode, I talk with leading experts on topics I know you will find fascinating. From why people can't keep secrets, what your favorite music says about you, why your pet acts in strange ways, and so much more. Something You Should Know is designed to give you information you can use in your life and give you great intel that you can share with others. I'm told it's a binge-worthy podcast. And with over 1,000 episodes, there's a lot to binge on. Something You Should Know has been ranked in the top of the Apple Podcast charts consistently for a long time. I know you're going to like this. I just need to get you to try it. Something You Should Know. It's available wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, are you ready for some real talk and some fantastic laughs? Join me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa DeMonts, for Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong?
We're serving up 4 hilarious shows every week designed to entertain and engage and, possibly enrage you.
And Don't Blame Me, we dive deep into listeners' questions, offering advice that's funny, relatable, and real.
Whether you're dealing with relationship drama or you just need a friend's perspective, we've got you.
Then switch gears with But Am I Wrong, which is for listeners who didn't take our advice and want to know if they are the villains in the situation.
Plus, we share our hot takes on current events and present situations that we might even be wrong in our lives. Spoiler alert, we are actually quite literally never wrong.
But wait, there's more. Check out See You Next Tuesday, where we reveal the juicy results from our listener polls from But Am I Wrong?
And don't miss Fisting Friday, where we catch up, chat about pop culture, TV, and movies. It's the perfect way to kick off your weekend.
So if you're looking for a podcast that feels like a chat with your besties, listen to Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.